Alright guys, what's up? We're back and this is Fast 40. We're doing the Netflix review 2 of Iron Fist Season 2 review. I hope you guys enjoyed the Season 1 review for those of you who watched it, but let's jump right into Season 2 review. Again, we're going to have spoilers, so if you guys don't want any spoilers, this is going to be full of them. If you guys need to watch Season 2 of Iron Fist on Netflix, it's out now. And watch it first, then come back and watch my season review. It is a 10 episode, but let's kick things off right now. Again, spoiler alert. So anything you don't want to see, click exit out on the top right hand corner and come back to it another day. But let's get cracking. Iron Fist Season 2. Now, here's a big thing. You got to remember, Misty Knight is a cop around Queens, around New York City, and Misty Knight is a cop that we saw in the Defenders, and the Defenders actually plays a role of Misty Knight being in here. We see that her arm is like a metallic black. She has a metal arm, a replacement arm, because again at the end of the Defenders, again it got cut off, it got chopped off by one of the members of the Black Hand that she could not defeat, but she was helping the Defenders take them down anyways. But it got cut off, and then she had a stub, and she came back now in Iron Fist Season 2, and she has another one on, a new prosthetic arm. And doesn't look that bad, and it comes in handy towards the end of the season, but not the point. So keep that in mind. The Defenders plays a part in that regard. And that's probably a little Easter egg that a lot of you guys didn't know about, the famous metal arm that Officer Misty Knight has. But let's jump right into the main factors, being Episode 1 of Season 2, The Iron Fist. We find ourselves back in the realms of Danny Rand and his adventures of him also dating Colleen Wing. And it starts off kind of slow. They're trying to figure out what there is left to do in life, and they're trying to figure out something is off, something doesn't seem quite right. And we run into other characters like Mary Walker, for example. We see Joy and we see Ward, and their brother and sister relationship has gone downhill ever since Season 1. Joy has taken over the company and is also in a mix with Davos that we find out she's also working with, because she had a hatred and she wanted the full Rand Enterprises company from Danny, and she thought her brother was taking in the wrong direction, and she blames Ward for the loss of their dad, and she and Davos try to take over Rand Enterprises, and we realize that this woman that popped out of nowhere, that we know, played by Alice Eve. A lot of you may know her from She's Out of Our League, which was a great movie as well. Alice Eve plays the role of Mary Walker, which is, she has dual personalities and she can't really control them, but I think the environment has a fact of one of her dual personalities, Walker and Mary. Mary being the sweet one, Walker being the one that was discharged from the military, who also has a lot of military combat and weaponry experience, and she manages to have a heavy impact and be kind of like a hired arsenal in the series of Season 2 of Iron Fist. And Danny Rand and Colleen find out something's not right as soon as Danny is walking down the street, and probably about Episode 2, after Danny has been focused on mastering his inner chi and mastering the Iron Fist. We open up the story with Danny kicking all these guys and gangsters' ass, and then that draws a lot of attention between the Tigers and the Hatchets, two gangs that are in the Iron Fist comic books in the MCU, and the Tigers and the Hatchets being two groups that hate each other and that have gone on for quite some time now with the gang war. But then that becomes in the mix when Davos is looking to take over the Iron Fist. He's tired of Danny's ways. He doesn't believe that he's using the Iron Fist, and he's on the wrong path of what is the real purpose of using the fist. The dragon, the symbolism of what the Iron Fist stands for. Danny's not doing it, and Davos is pissed, and their connection is forever lost. And plays a very good development as the season goes on. And Joy is thrown in the mix because she will work with Davos and the connection that she has with Dany. And she is sketchy. Joy is a sketchy character this season for sure. Joy is definitely a sketchy character. She's mostly evil and betrays Dany and kind of gets his ass beat in a way because she's someone that has also hired Mary Walker, but the Walker side. Like I said, dual personalities. Walker knows how to stop the Iron Fist. She's a hired killer, and that part of her personality comes out when we see a flickering of lights and an environmental use of water. For some reason, that is something that bugs her. And towards like one of the second to last or third episode of the season, probably 7 or 8, we find out more about Mary's past and how she no longer becomes a major threat, but still dangerous, because she's just jumping from side to side like a little bitch. But what the thing is Joy takes down Dany for a little bit towards the beginning, gets him to lose his powers. Davos sets up a plan, a ceremony, a sacred ritual involving a bowl and needles of tattoo and ink that can take away the Iron Fist and regrasp it and put it into someone else. And guess what? He does specifically that. Walker ends up drugging Dany towards the middle of the season and beating the shit out of him, and then they let him suffer. And then the Hatchets and the Tigers are still in war. Then they find him and kidnap him, and they try to hold him for ransom because a lot of them are just kind of homeless street punks, but kind of dangerous as well. Some of the most infamous Chinese, Asian descent type gangs there is. We notice this as the season goes on, and Davos also tries to recruit them, and he starts eliminating people after he gets the Iron Fist. And he has a list of people that he needs to take out that are part of the Triad. And this is a big thing because the Iron Fist is not supposed to do that, and the Iron Fist stands for justice, and we have to realize the fact that that is specifically what it's supposed to be used for. Justice itself, protecting the kingdom, protecting those in need. But Davos has lost his mind, corrupt as him and Dany has talked earlier in the season. This is only a 10-episode season, and that's kind of unfortunate, and that's why I got to bring the grade a little bit down. Honestly, giving this season a grade, it is a little bit better, just a little bit. The fighting is a lot better in this season than it was in the first. I felt like it was missing something. I'm probably going to give this season a 6.5, 7 out of 10. I honestly think they could have done better. They could have put more into it. I liked it. It kind of lost me sometimes, but overall it was good. Davos did, like I said, Davos managed to steal the Iron Fist power, and he managed to fuck up Dany's leg, and Dany had kind of like a broken leg, on top of being already jacked up and losing his Iron Fist away in the process. Then Colleen and Dany hatch a plan as they start training, and keep in mind they are dating, but she must become his sensei, and she teaches him how to really fight. And we see a lot of flashbacks. We see a lot of flashbacks in Kunlun between Davos and Dany as well, and you see where a lot of the hatred built up, man. He beat him for the Iron Fist, and their moms thought Davos was not worthy of anything, and Davos was upset, and he won. And this was actually, we saw flashbacks being taken place before even season 1, but it's a big factor of season 2 because of the relationship and the connection that both of those characters no longer withhold. And as that carries on, so do other events. Davos grows more evil, and he starts to question his allies, villains that he's working with, and Joy actually becomes a betrayal of that. He actually injures her, kicks her off the railing, pushes her off the railing. Man, she's fucked up arm, can barely walk, bloody all over the face, man. Dany finds out, and he's like, man, we have to stop it right now. But no, can't do that. And then it's an ongoing series of events to try to get the fist back. And then they have to go to the Sisters of a tattoo shop, of which they are actually good at performing these types of rituals, but pretend like they know nothing about it, but they actually know a lot. So now that we know that it was these tattoo artist sisters, that played a big part in helping them get the Iron Fist over to one another. Team Iron Fist pretty much finds that out, gathers what they need, all making this conversation more quick than not. They gather what they need, they find the sisters, and they hold them to get them to do their part. They manage to drug Davos, bring him, and then with a failed first attempt, and then they have to try to do it again. They bring him, and then they get the power. They get the power, but then not before they wake up. Dany is showing Colleen what to do, because Colleen is going to be the new Iron Fist, because Dany doesn't think he can do it no more. He doesn't think it's anybody from Kunlun who should be able to hold that, and it should be someone else. And who better that stands more for justice than Colleen Wing? Someone who has fought for all the right reasons all the time, with a common sense of knowledge. And she actually turns out to have a white Iron Fist. But halfway through the ritual of doing it, Davos wakes up for somehow. He fights it. He wakes up. Then they split. Half the Iron Fist is in Colleen and half in Davos. Then they eventually, moments later, take down Davos and regain the whole Iron Fist. And take him down as well. After we see that occur, we see a bunch of things occur that are more settling. The villains have been dealt with. Davos is jailed for now. And Dany and Colleen's relationship is still strong, but something is missing. Dany needs to fulfill himself. Dany needs to be more than what he is. So he goes on another quest to Asia. Ward tries to stop him. And this is because Ward and Dany grow a connection that they have not had for quite some time. He asks Ward to go on the plane with him, and they go to Asia. Joy is a little bit nicer and wants nothing to do with Walker, but Walker exits the scene because she's just kind of like a hired mercenary. And Mary is just a nice combined figure within the two, being one person. But that is all we see of them. And Ward goes off with Dany. Colleen is the new Iron Fist, white with a sword. She is the protector of queens and the new fist holder from Kunlun. And she has the duties of the Iron Fist. And we think that might be the end of Dany Rand and their relationship, but it is most certainly not. We get to the ending, and they are in Asia, and Ward is drunk. Shocker. After he's been in therapy throughout the whole season because of his drinking and family issues, and from the death of their father in season 1, and the almost defiance of the Black Hand. But the biggest thing here towards the ending, we see after they have gained after they are on a quest, and they run into these Asian muggers, and they steal something. They steal a piece. They steal a piece of the deceased, one of the older Iron Fists, Orson Randall. He is one of the first Iron Fists ever that has the power of the Iron Fist, but in pistol form. Dual pistols, Iron Fist. That's what he was. He was one of the first in the MCU comics and whatnot. And that's a big theory. That's a big fact. And Dany must find the pistols and re-grab the crate because Ward is having a discussion with these gangster mobs in Asia. He's trying to find that information, and he gets his information. But not before things could have turned south. He turns back. Dany, do you want to help with this? And that is what he does. He opens his jacket, takes out his pistol. As the gang tries to shoot at him, he shoots back as his hands glow. And I was like, fuck, no way. He has the Iron Fist powers back, but in pistol form. He has the schematics of Orson Randall, one of the first Iron Fists. So it's not something new that we're going to see with Dany. And it is kind of, usually Dany Rand it's kind of a little bit of a different story, but I kind of like the way they're going with it. And that's kind of one of the things that made me jump a little bit. He kind of has the Orson Randall first ever Iron Fist dual pistols, and that is his way back to get the powers, and that is the point of them being in Asia. And then it just kind of blacks out from there, and there to be continued. There will be a season 3, I'm hoping. where then I start. The season 2 has got a little bit better reviews, but honestly, there's something about season 1 that I really, really liked. But this was season 2, still good, but I just felt like I was missing a couple things. But hey, you know what? We're hoping for a season 3. We'll see what happens. Creators of Iron Fist make it happen. This is Fast 40. Like it up, subscribe, thumbs up, flex it out, whatever you guys do in all things justice. Let me know what you guys think of this video. Comment down below. Hit the like button. Subscribe. I'll catch you guys next time. And we'll probably get some more Netflix or YouTube going. That's pretty much the majority in less than 20 minutes of what happened in season 2 of Iron Fist. And I recommend you guys watching it, unless you guys have already seen it, then watch it again. You guys, for the most part, will not be disappointed. Again, thank you guys for watching. Take care. We'll be around, and we'll do some more reviews coming up after this. See you later.